Okay, welcome to Muscle Model Cars. Thanks everybody for tuning in this Friday. It's been about a week since we last saw each other, so I'm going to tell you how far I've gotten with the police pursuit vehicle, the 2021. Let me go grab it for you. It's this guy right here, pursuit vehicle. Last time we spoke, I was sure about to paint the uh, the vehicle, you know, and I wanted to show you how far I got with it so far. Okay, we're getting there. The most of the interior was done and everything. We were like, I would say, 80 to 90% done with it, and show you where I am with it. If you recall, this was the interior, you know, of the vehicle, undercarriage, everything. This green, I was just doing something. I was in a creative kind of mood. Not that you would see any police vehicle with the green on it. So I just wanted to change some stuff up. Okay, and of course the engine, everything compartment, Hemi in there. Okay, computer for the officer would be in there. And so you're just seeing a bird's eye view of what it looks like. You know, passenger and police officers, and the right up here, and then the two guests of honor in the back, being escorted to their room for the night. So that's where we are with that. Still got some more parts. Minimum maybe. I showed you those 20%. But I wanted to show you what I had to do with the police vehicle and where we got to go. What I had to do was basically first I take this white portion of it right here for the police vehicle, and then I had to look up the type of you know color scheme that was on an actual police vehicle. Some have just the front door, and then others have both passenger and driver's doors right here, white, and then of course the roof white, and then of course going around to the other side, white as well. So if I recall, last time I spoke with you, I had did the black portion, painted it, showed you what I was going to do to touch it up and all that. So I had to tape all the, cover all the black portion that I did. Okay, all around. It's kind of a janky looking kind of covering, but who cares? It's just getting thrown away anyway, the paper. But you wanted to cover up the black portion. That's what I wanted to do, and try to keep as minimal white spraying onto what I had painted already. So with the unveiling of it, we're going to do it right here. It's been sitting here with the paint, the white paint, and I'm going to tell you about that white paint. I didn't care for. I used the testers. Okay, this here enamel first, and I remember I told you I had some, but this was supposed to be pretty good, and I thought it would give me the shine that I was looking for, but I didn't care for this. Um, I told you Krylon was what I liked for the black, which was this here. Okay, gloss black. Okay, so after doing it using the white for the sides. I wasn't happy with it. It came out kind of dull and didn't shine like I wanted it to. So I ended up going out after waiting a week and spray painting using this here, letting it dry and baking it, letting it. When I say baking, I'm putting it in covered into a heat type of environment where the paint would melt a little bit, and it just didn't do the trick. Okay, so basically, you can see now it's got a little shine to it. Okay, and the more I let it dry, the shine is coming, and that's because remember I told you the paint I liked best was Krylon, and this proves it to me that for me this works better for me. I went and brought a white can of Krylon, okay, white satin, bright white, and as you can see, it was dull before, and but now you can still you can kind of see a reflection coming in. It still hasn't totally dry, but this paint company here for me is going to be my go-to. It's a all-in-one paint and primer, and this guy here was supposed to be uh, for models. It could be if you're not interested in the shine, like a factory type of shine. And I also even tried to use that after this first before I brought the Krylon because I ran out of Krylon white. I even tried to use this here, the extreme lacquer, to see if that would shine up the white testers, and it didn't help it. It just kind of what that would do would cover it and coat it. So don't do that. Just go ahead and get you something that's already got the primer. This is again my go-to is Krylon, okay, Fusion, all in one. And now we'll do a little reveal of it and see what it looks like. I'm going to have to touch it up. Keep in mind, I haven't looked at it in about well, how long it's been since I spoke with you. I did it that next day with taping it and covering the black portions. And now this is my first time seeing what it's going to look like with the reveal, so to speak, of how it's going to look. And we got to tighten up, of course, some areas after we see what kind of damage came with the white paint being on it. Okay, doesn't look too bad as far as bleeding goes, but we won't know until I clean it, wipe it, and everything else. So let's look and see. But for the most part, I will tell you the Krylon will be a perfect for me in the future on all my paints I choose. I'd rather spend the other extra money for a tall can rather than buying the testers, small cans for $4 or $5. Even though that's more geared toward modelers, I would have to say that I'd rather get the other one that's for furniture and all that stuff. And as you can see, look, the more you look at this, it's been another week and it's still shiny. But as you can see, now you got a little shine here. I couldn't get that with the testers. So I had to go ahead and invest. And the more I let it dry, the more reflective it gets. Okay. And this here is still got to be let dry for another maybe week or so. But I'm going to touch up all the different areas while it's drying. Where you can see even from a week ago when I showed you this. Look at the shine that's on it. It just got even shinier. Okay, it's more brilliant, more reflective, more like a vehicle or a real vehicle would be over here. Okay, you can just see my finger right in the reflection, and even over here, you're starting to see my finger. That's how I can tell. Um, well, it's not a shadow; it's a reflection. Okay, so that'll be what we're going to do. So I'm going to let this marinate the paint on the white portion, but while it's doing that, I'm gonna touch up on where all the white got in over here. So with the paint marker and down up in here, over here, all of that is going to be taken care of. And I did do the gray for the engine area right here for aluminum, so it could look, give that aluminum look. I had to tighten that up a little bit. But for the most part, it's getting there. I'll be back probably with the stickers on here on the side, and then the you know the lights up here for the lighten them up when you get at them. So this is it. Just wanted to show you how different paints will affect the beauty of how your end result will be, and how that you really don't want to spend too much time worrying about uh, excess paint and all that stuff on it. You can tighten these little things up right here. All of that can come right off. Just the major portions, you want to make sure you get that sheen or that shine you're looking for. Um, and I want it to get just like I see back here. That's what I want the white to look like. And I'm going to get it that way. Probably let it dry a little bit more. I can see it's shinier and shinier as the time goes. That Krylon dries, and then it'll be ready for final touches. As you can see, it's getting to show more of a reflection than it is a shadow on my finger here. I mean, that's how I can tell with the angles of the light above and everything else. So that's one thing. But hold on a second. Here, let me see what else we got here. Just a second. Turn the light on. Okay, so that's pretty much what we got going on right here. And then next week we'll try to see if we can get all the lighting and everything on it. I don't want to handle this too much. It's still drying, the white portion of it, but kind of. And then I may put black rims on here instead of the white. I mean the gray. I think the black would look much better than the gray. I've never been really sure which one I was going to use, but to kind of make a keep it simple, I think it'll just be fine, great. But that's pretty much how we are going to end up looking once we get it on there and everything. And as you can see, the reflection is coming in on the white paint. We already got the black paint shiny as it's probably going to get. And then after that, we're going to start putting our details in it, the decals, and then we got to put the windows in, tighten up the rear portion of it, and make it a little cleaner. And once we get the windows in, maybe so I would say by one day next week, I'm gonna try to come back on here and get you guys more detailed views of it. Okay, and I think one wheel here. Let's see, is it an axle? Yeah, I'm trying to see, make sure this wheel don't come off because I didn't glue them because I wasn't sure if I was going to use them or not. So there you go. There you go again. Starting to look good. The paint job, I really like it. Much better than when I used the Testors paint. Again, um, this black is awesome. Uh, and it seems like the longer you let it dry, the shinier it gets. But we should be through with it within a week or two. I just got to let this shine more. And then if I have to spray it one more time, I will. But just looking at it, I may not have to do anything other than let it marinate, so to speak. Because the top, I can see that as I go to angle it to the light, I can see more of the light starting to shine the shape of the light bulb. Then I do a shadow of my finger. And that's the test right here. Like if I do the black, as you can see, look at it, you can see more of the light. And I'm telling you, this paint here, this company here, in my opinion, has the best uh, paint, spray paint that you could use for a professional look of your vehicle. Every time I've used this, I've never had any bad results. With testers, they're good, but to me, it's touch and go. Unless you can find one that says, you know, high gloss or something like that. They do have that, but if you do get it and you want the shine, high gloss, satin finish, high gloss uh, is very, very shiny and it'll dry pretty much like it would be on a regular vehicle, as you can see. So don't skimp out on $1 or two for a better look with paying $2 extra for a tall can at that. This can here was $8.99 right here, Krylon, and this right here, both of them came from Hobby Lobby. I got this one out of Hobby Lobby, $8.99. Okay, you see how tall this one is, and then I got this guy here. This one here was probably 4.9. Oh, two tore the tag off, but I do believe this one here was like 4.99. So for $3 extra, you get much more spray paint and you get a better finish. Okay, so don't be afraid to invest a couple of dollars on a good-looking model. So the rest of the night, I'm going to be touching up all this area black, white with a paint marker. Okay, all around here, getting rid of any overspray over here that uh, that happened when I did the white portion. Okay, but this shouldn't be any problem getting it off. Okay, I don't see any problem with this vehicle and tightening it up. So this is going to be fun now that I got the major part of it done. I'm going to leave this white alone for a few more days to see if it gets any more reflective. If it doesn't, I might touch it up one more time. And if not, I think it'll do. You know, I'm not a perfectionist like that. That has to be super shiny. But if you get a result like that, like over here, if you get that kind of result, you're in the money right there. Okay, and that's all I'm looking for. Sort of it'll blend in smoothly. That's all. Okay. And it's going to be a nice looking car. And some squad cars have just the front door. And I noticed the Jeeps have both doors, uh, front and back, uh, white, and then the top hood, and then of course on the other side. But you can like the one in this model here, this particular kit. It's just the front door. It's a highway pursuit car, highway patrol. So, but you find most police vehicles that I've seen have them both uh, done if they're in the Jeep. If they have like a Jeep or a Cherokee or some sorts of SUV, both doors are. And these cars are huge. Chargers, they're pretty bulky, and I just kind of wanted it like that so you can see the definition of the white and all the decals that's going to be put on it. Okay, prominent. Just trying to make it pretty much prominent. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in about maybe 3 to 4 days with the final look at a clean look at it. Because if this doesn't work, I don't want to keep retaping it and everything and messing with the black portion. Okay, so just kind of give you an idea, and if you can see, even that it's a reflection. I can start to see as I tilt the car up. So a person might say, "Well, how much shinier do you want it?" I guess you're right. I could let it go and be content with it because looking at it right now, uh, it has a reflection, but not as prominent as the black portion of it. You know, I guess that's what I'm looking for. I'm kind of spoiled. So anyway, that's what I'm going to look for. Okay, so thanks again for tuning in. That's where we are with it. But this pursuit car is going to be nice. So I'm going to tighten up everything for the rest of the night over here, where white might be kind of bleeding into it, and over here, up in here, and then up over here, get some fine lines right there. Over here, it'll be pretty much down up in here, right here, right there. So it's not too much. And then as you go to the back here, right up in here, right there. And that's pretty much it. And then over here, of course, coming around the top hood portion of it, you got a little bit of white coming over here. So we'll be able to get that. And as you can see, it's starting to look pretty cool. I kind of like it, you know. So there we go. And then we're gonna try to keep it as close as possible, true to everything. And then as we go up front here, all of this gray, silver to mimic the aluminum look that might be on the front of the vehicle. Okay, in the engine compartment. Okay, I don't really get too deep up to this portion up in here, like painting this up in here, because it's not going to be seen anyway when you put it on. So I don't. I rarely will I waste paint on this unless I plan on taking the chassis, away from the body of the car. So save your paint. What I will do, though, I will tell you is the hood portion here. I will peel that sticker off, and I will paint that uh, either a gray or a black, something like that, uh, to mimic upholstery that would be on the hood inside of the vehicle, and that's about it. But I wouldn't leave this on and leave this plastic showing. Uh, stained and all that. So it's kind of up to you who you are, how you are, what you like, what you don't. But I kind of like keeping it as close as possible to the real deal. Okay, so that's where we are with that guy. As far as with the next up here was the. Let me get this out the way. 55 Chevy right here. I had a chance to. It's kind of multitasking. I had a chance to. This is the next guy I'm going to finish. So I was trying to see how I wanted to get this guy finished also in a timely manner, whereas I could probably show both of them at once. And so what I can do is probably get done with this one. If I pace myself correctly, I'll be able to do it good enough where I can show you both vehicles completed, since I did focus on a little bit on this 55. And what I did with it was put a color scheme together, and I just did all of my coloring for what I was going to do to the vehicle, the battery, the leaf springs, radiator, center column. Okay, and this here would be my dashboard, and then what else I did was the interior, because this is more of a red, white, and blue type of thing. So I wanted to do for the inside of the vehicle. I'm going to tighten this up a little bit, but I was messing with this a little bit, kind of give you an idea of what I'm looking for right here. I'm going for the red, white, and blue. Try to keep the theme of what this particular model was. And then a little black for the seats. Okay. And then let me put all this in here. Some of the parts came off while I was painting them, but that's okay. If I keep it nice and tight, it'll be all right. So I did the chassis, spray painted a little bit under the carriage. I'm gonna tighten all of this up, but that's where we are with that. I spray painted the undercarriage a matte type of gray. Okay, for the undercarriage, of course, painted the black for the gas tank, the fuel tank, the spare compartment. If you looked at it from the top side, it's where a spare would go. And then I have the seats, red, white, and blue seats. Okay. I mean, the blue and red seats, not white, but I'm going to paint the back side of these as well. Okay. I wanted to let them dry before I mess with them. Then you got your rims. Okay. Then other parts for the vehicle. Other than that, this is pretty much, I would say this is 60 to 75% done. Okay. What's left on that is also the engine for this guy here, which I got to finish, kind of put that together. Um, Painted that. Got to tighten that up a little bit. And other than that, we should be pretty good. Okay. It's got your exhaust black. You got your blower on there. Okay. Your belts, everything. Tried to keep it realistic color wise as possible. There we go. There we go. Okay. So that'll be, I'm gonna try to get that going with it. And then ah, since I did get the white paint, I'm going to, in my opinion, I think I will try to keep it true to form because I thought about going off the rails a little bit because it gives you another option to paint this. And I was going back and forth. So this here, let me see if I can show you. This guy here is white with the red top, so I would have to end up taping the top of this here. The side, the body of it, just to paint the top, or I could take a paint marker and just don't worry about it and just do it easily that way. It's kind of up to you how you would do something like that. And then of course you can see the stickers in there to give you this this look right here. Okay. So I think I want to try to do it like this. So uh, I think I made with the paint job. I done got kind of hooked on making the paint job look as realistic as possible. So I'm going to probably spray paint it red, and I'm going to end up taping this whole body just to get the red top. So that's kind of up to you what you want to do. If you got the time, you got the time. So I got the time to do it right now. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm trying not to lose any parts in between because I'm doing actually two vehicles at once. Okay, so with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for watching us at musclemodelcars.com. We'll see you within a few days. And hopefully I'll be around, finished with the Pursuit, Dodge Charger Pursuit police vehicle. But the American um, 55 Bel Air, I'm not sure if I'll finish that or not, but I will have it assembled more so. This was all about getting all the parts painted for that Bel Air to make sure that it'll be a quick assembly because I wanted to show you both of them at the same time. So this is AJ saying peace, happy Friday, and I'll try to get back with you the middle of next week, and if I can, show you both vehicles. That's what I'd like to do. Whether it happens or not, we'll see. It depends on what's going on. Okay. All right. So we'll talk to you later. Okay. Have a good one. Bye bye. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, please. And we will see what more interesting things we could come up with for you. Okay? All right. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.